This is a video of how I modified my Rastar Ferrari F40. This is a 124 scale remote control car. I do have a video of this running and somebody asked me how I modified it, so I thought I'd make a quick video of what I did. The parts I use are this ESC receiver combo. This is from WL Toys. You can find this in the 128th or the 124 scale remote control cars that they make. What I like about these are they have a 3-wire servo connector. They run off a 2S LiPo. You just plug the balance port in here for power. And then the motor connects here. It's just a little white type connector with the 2 prongs. Maybe you can kind of see it on here. That type of connector. I use this mini micro servo for steering. They make these in a few different sizes. This is a smaller one. This is kind of also known as the mini micro servo, but it is a little bit bigger. They're very similar in dimensions this way and this way, but this one is definitely shorter this way. This one fits in the car a little better, and it has a slightly shorter wire to it as well. And then for power, I just use this 2S LiPo. This is a 250 milliamp 20C battery. The car itself, I am running the original stock motor. I just soldered on a connector that would work with this ESC receiver. Took out the electronic circuit board, and then I also took out the steering motor and then fit the servo. I kind of put it in there vertical like this. I had to carve out the area where the motor was to fit it in there. And then I just ran the servo arm straight down into the steering mechanism that's in here. The steering mechanism in this is kind of one of those triangular type shaped ones, so I just drilled a hole and the servo arm just fits down in there and then pushes it back and forth. I do leave a little spring action in these cars to kind of help return it to center a little better, as well as I can use it to kind of manually adjust to trim if I needed to. And then the other thing I did with the chassis is I carved out the battery tray so I can access everything from underneath. And to control it all, I use the remote that comes with the WL Toys 28th and 24 scale. You also get the same remote if you have a 18 scale WL Toys remote control cars. What I like about these is it does have steering and throttle trim, and then this remote can bind with any of the cars. You just turn on the remote, turn on the car, and then they connect. Turn off the power, you turn the remote on, and turn on this car, and it'll connect to this car. And so you can just use the same remote for any of your cars that you have. The cost of all this, I was able to pick up the car itself for about $18 off of Amazon. If you buy one of these receivers combo things, these are about $10. Servos are about $5. I think this battery cost me about $5. The remote's about $20. But again, if you already own one of these cars here, you can just use the remote and maybe even the ESC from that car and just kind of switch it around as you want to drive them. I do plan on possibly adding a better motor to this car to get a bit more speed. The motors out of these 28 scale RCs are pretty much the same size motor that's in here. It's just slightly longer. So all I'd have to do is maybe modify the gearbox a little bit, and then I can probably give this car even more speed. But for now, I'm kind of satisfied with how fast it goes. So that's just an overview of how I made this.